Story of the White Cloud. He is Louis, an ordinary office worker. Every day he moves through the busy city traffic, living a simple life between home and work. Louis has no special hobbies, but he has a deep love for the sky, especially the white clouds drifting slowly above. To him, they are like poetry and paintings in the sky. They always bring him a little peace and comfort in his busy life. As a child, Louis lived in a quiet little village. The sky there was clear as a mirror, blue and pure. The white clouds looked like they were made of the cleanest cotton, fluffy and spotless. Whenever he got tired from playing in the fields, he would lie on his back on the green grass and watch the clouds above. In his eyes, the clouds were like free spirits. They changed shape freely. Sometimes they turned into running horses, galloping across the sky. Sometimes they became gentle sheep, eating grass in the sky. At that time, Louis often dreamed that he could float freely like the clouds and explore the faraway places beyond the sky. Once an old man came to the village, selling cotton candy. The cotton candy was big and white, just like the clouds in the sky. Louis looked at it with longing. He really wanted to eat it, and his mouth was watering. But he had no money, so he could only stand there and watch other kids happily eating it. Then an idea suddenly came to his mind. He thought to himself, since I can't eat cotton candy that looks like clouds, why not imagine the clouds in the sky as cotton candy? So he lay back down on the grass, looked up at the clouds, and pictured them as sweet, fluffy cotton candy. In his daydream, he could almost smell the sweetness, and his heart felt full of joy. As time went by, Louis grew up. He said goodbye to the little village full of childhood memories and entered the busy, noisy big city. He started a life of working hard to make a living. The sky in the city seemed covered by a thin veil, always gray and hazy. White clouds became rare visitors, hardly ever seen. Louis rushed through the gaps between tall buildings every day. He was busy with work and all kinds of daily tasks. Slowly, his childhood love for white clouds was buried deep in his heart. He almost forgot about it. Until one day, Louis faced a big setback at work. He made a mistake on a project, and his boss scolded him harshly. His mood fell into a dark pit. He wandered the streets, feeling lost and full of sadness. Suddenly, a shadow fell over him from above. He looked up and saw a pure white cloud floating quietly right above his head. At that moment, childhood memories came rushing back like a tide. It felt like he had traveled through time and returned to his little village, back to the fields where he played as a child. He stared at the cloud for a long time. The gloom and worries in his heart seemed to be blown away by a gentle wind. The carefree days of his childhood and all his hopes and dreams for the future came back to him one by one. He suddenly understood, no matter how hard life gets, he must never forget his true self. Just like the white cloud, he should always stay pure and free. After that day, Louis's interest in white clouds was rekindled. He began to notice that although clouds seemed free and carefree in the sky, they actually had a purpose and responsibility. They could bring shade to the earth and turn into rain to nourish all living things. Louis thought to himself that he should be like the clouds, finding his own value and meaning in ordinary life. One summer, Louis decided to go on a trip. He came to a quiet little town by the sea. The sky there was blue like a jewel, and the white clouds floated slowly in the air like fluffy cotton candy. He walked along the coast and was drawn to the beautiful reflections of the clouds on the sea. At that moment, he felt like he was inside a beautiful painting, becoming part of it. He watched the fishermen return from the sea as the sunset glowed behind them. Their faces shone with joy and satisfaction from their harvest. Louis felt deeply moved. Their lives were simple, but they were full of happiness. Just like the clouds and the sea, ordinary, yet with a unique beauty and charm of their own. During his stay in the town, Louis met a lovely little girl. She was holding a drawing book and focusing intently on drawing the white clouds in the sky. Louis was drawn to her concentration. He walked up to her curiously and asked, "Why are you drawing the clouds?" The little girl looked up, her eyes shining brightly, and answered in a clear voice, "Because the clouds are so beautiful. I want to draw them so more people can see their beauty." Her words struck Louis like a hammer, deeply touching his heart. He suddenly understood the beauty of white clouds is not just in their changing shapes and pure white color. It is also in their power to plant seeds of hope and wonder in people's hearts. At the end of his journey, Louis returned to the city. But he was no longer the same person who only complained about the busy life and pressure. He learned to look for beautiful moments in his busy days, moments as brief and lovely as the white clouds. On his way to work, he would look up at the sky and search for the clouds. On weekends, he would go to the park, find a patch of green grass, lie down comfortably, and quietly watch the clouds drift by. He knew that the white clouds would always be with him. They were like a lasting bright spot in his life and a gentle comfort deep in his heart.